It's Saturday morning and I've just gone up. My bed stinks, and as I wake up, I see the lights coming in from my blinds. I lift my head off my sweaty pillow and check the time on my phone. 12:30 a.m. I get up slowly and put on the same clothes I wore before. As I pull down the blinds, I immediately regret doing that, as the light of the day stings them slightly. I'm yawning, dragging my feet to the kitchen, and I go past the kitchen and I skip breakfast, plop down in front of the TV on the couch, where I proceed to spend the rest of the day watching TV. And if I'm not watching TV, I'm scrolling on my phone on the bed, watching mindless content, and pretty much indulging in all the bad habits and not doing a single bit of productive work that day. So right now, your weekends consist of nothing productive really. It's kind of just like all bad habits, which is kind of funny because you like set out the weekend to be like a productive day, right? Because like you don't have school on a weekend, you can kind of do more stuff. So whatever your goal is right now, you will be wanting to do more for it on a weekend, and then you're like writing out all these things that you'll do on the weekends. You're saying all these things, but then you never do them. You've tried looking up advice on YouTube of how to have a productive day, and then you get all these like motivational, like David Goggins, Andrew Tate videos, like, yeah, just do the work, and you watch the videos and you're like all hyped up and excited, but then like 5 minutes later you just forgot about the video. Like, you're hyped up, you do a bit of work, and then like after that the momentum's gone, and then you stop. I think it's funny because everyone keeps telling you that you should sleep in on the weekends. Your parents probably say, oh no, well, you're getting up early enough on the weekdays, just sleep in on the weekdays. And while that does make some sense because you get more sleep, it is actually one of the main reasons why your days are so unproductive and you slide into this cycle of procrastination, apart from the fact that it fucks up your sleep routine as well. How a lot of people structure like their day on the weekends in terms of like what tasks they have to do. Most people will do the easiest task first, like at the start of the day, where they're all nice and easy, right? And they do the hardest task at the end. And what everyone's like mindset is right now is they'll do the easiest task first, and oh yeah, slowly progress. And that's like, I have a video on this, but this is only like if you're in a rut, right? If you actually like want to do the work and you're motivated to do it, this is not the way to go about it. Because what happens with these people is that they may not even get to the hardest task, and the hardest task is usually the most valuable. They get to the hardest task, they're exhausted, they're tired from the day, the brain's only working at like 70% capacity. And there's like people they might be getting texts or important messages, and just can't concentrate on their most important task, and they may not even get it done. The best way to have a productive day is to do something called seize the morning. Basically, it's to have a morning routine, and that morning routine will give you momentum to carry you on throughout the day. Let me explain. Let's say you have just done a large workout, right, in the gym. Do you feel like sitting down scrolling your phone, or do you feel more like getting to your desk and studying? Well, yeah, getting to your desk and studying. Or you can say, oh yeah, but I feel like scrolling my phone. But as soon as you go out of the gym, do you really want to be, you're tired, you're sweaty, do you really just want to be laying on your bed on your phone? No, of course you don't. It's the same. It's the same. If you were just scrolling on your phone, do you think you'd want to go to work? You notice yourself, right? When you're scrolling on your phone, doing a workout is the last thing you want to do. Because when you have completed a hard task, it kind of gives you like this like winner's mindset that you've just gone through a hard task, and that gives you kind of like feel good. This is kind of like bro science here, because I don't really know the exact science, but like feel good chemicals in your brain, right? It works the exact way for a morning routine. You get your morning routine done, and then that momentum, that like winner's effect, carries on throughout the day. And the key is to just not stop being productive. Because once you start in the morning, when it's actually quite difficult to start and get up early, everything else will be a lot easier throughout the rest of the day. Now, what should be in this morning routine and how long should it be for? Well, an actionable step that I want you to do right now is get a piece of pen and a paper. You can be like, oh yeah, I'll just do it later. Now, if you do it later, you're gonna forget about it, bro. So you gotta get a piece of pen and a paper right now. Okay, you can pause the video. Okay, now you have the piece of pen and the paper. You're gonna write down all the tasks that you intend that you always say you would do on the weekends, or the tasks that you think you need to do for whatever endeavor you might have. Maybe it's like habits, like good habits. You want to set up like a habit tracker or something, or you just want to like be on self-improvement basically. You write down those tasks based on how difficult they are. So you write the most difficult one, put number 1, write the most difficult task. Then 2, 3, 4, whatever. The bottom one should be your easiest but also your least valuable task. Your most difficult task tends to be the one that contributes to your life the most. Hence why you don't want to do it, because change is very hard. Now, in terms of how long the daily routine should be, simply get your hardest, most valuable task. Hardest task that's the most valuable to you, right? So if you were to complete it, it would have the most impact in your life. And just basically have enough time so you can get it totally complete before anyone else from your family wakes up, basically before anyone can contact you, because that makes you enter a state of mind called a flow state. And a flow state is one of the best feelings a human can experience. Forget about like all these material possessions and everything. When you're in a flow state, you feel so good afterwards because you were working on a hard task, right? So once you complete that hard task, you told yourself, okay, well, I can get this hard task done. But you also completed a very valuable task. So like, okay, great, this like adds on to, my life in a really big way. But 3, you also have kind of like, it's just like after you go to the gym, you have these like feel good chemicals in your brain. And then you want to continue, and even better, the task is slightly easier this time. So it's even easier now. If you do happen to be in a rut, and this is why you're not, being productive on the weekends, then I have a video on how to get out of a rut. Anyways, thanks for watching.